John will get on the phone with you and your client and close the deal for you. What did you tell me the average commission was for a brand new agent that doesn't know what the hell they're doing, like their commission with you helping?
It's about 8,200. We did a
$8,200. Put a little one in the chat if you would like Gavin to teach you how to make an $8,200 commission.
that doesn't charge back. You actually get to keep.
Boom. What is up? Hope y'all are having a killer day. Can you tell me thumbs up that you can hear me? I got waves. That's perfect enough. Thank you. Appreciate you guys getting on. We had like 200 and what was it, like 200? Last time I looked, it was like 220 were registered. So we're having a ton of people enjoy what we're doing. And I'm multitasking. I'm texting with look at his text. I love you, bro, even though you ain't even on yet. I'll chat for. So hopefully everybody's having a killer start to the year. And, you know, I know a lot of you use our resources page, johnwetmore.com/resources. I filled it out, done the goals thing. Brenda making money. I hope that is for you too, that you're killing it. And hopefully, you know, we have a lot of people that go through and fill out the requests for the goal sheet, the activity tracker, the schedule planner, all that stuff. And I see every one of them. What's up, Alicia? See you hanging out. Nate, what up, dude? What up, Battles? So hopefully you guys are actually using them and more importantly, implementing them. And that's what I find is I give a lot of this stuff out and people go and they download it and then they don't read it or watch the video or implement it or make any changes. And, oh, you're good, Jennifer. All good. So for me, it's like, if you don't make some changes to the way you're going about things, you're not going to see changes in the results. I know that for sure. And if I'm really bad at a lot of stuff, like in a lot of ways, and I say that to let you know that if you think that about yourself, you're normal. But at the same time, I think I'm really freaking good at some things, and I really try to do my best to focus on my strengths. And one of mine for sure, I'm insanely disciplined with stuff. And I am not afraid to look at things that I'm doing wrong and not in a negative way, but to look at it and make adjustments and not blame other people. And even if other people or things are causing us to have problems, I still look at things in a light like, what am I doing to put myself in this situation to where I even allow that to happen? How do I even get to that part where it did go wrong? You know, and so I'm a big fan of adjustments. I have just a lot of stuff going on in my life, in my world, in business right now. I have a 6-hour planning meeting with my team tomorrow. We're literally going to map out 2025 as a group. I've already done it for myself. Tomorrow's the day I share it with my team. And I'm like, yo, here's what I'm visioning. Here's what I'm looking for. Here's where I need help. Where do y'all see it? And it's just a full day. I do it every year. And we just have a full planning day. We'll buy them lunch. It'll be a good day. We'll have a lot of fun. And we straight up map out, how are we going to go about achieving the things we say we want to achieve? And the resources I provide out there are meant for y'all to do that. If you just like kind of watch the video and download the thing, and someone sent it to me yesterday, and God bless them. And if you're watching, I don't mean to offend you, but like it was clear as day. You didn't watch the video. You just like scribbled on. You didn't even do the exercise. You know, and a lot of people are trying to do big things in life and they don't do the exercise it takes to see the result they want to have, and worse, the one you say you want to have. And that you say you're willing to make the changes and don't. And if some of you look back and go, were you in the same spot this time last year as you are right now? How many of y'all are in the exact same spot today as you were last year? Like, is your life wildly improved since 12 months ago? Mine is. And I get to keep saying, does that mean everything went perfect? Oh, God, no. Please don't think that's the path, because it's not. You know, last time we talked, Alicia, it was like, hey, that's normal. All that stuff, all that chaos, that's kind of normal. It's kind of it's a package deal. You know what I mean? It's like it comes with it. It doesn't mean we can't get better and improve overall, but little details, the intimate pieces, there's always going to be issues, you know? So we're gonna, what's the login? Hold on 1 second. Let me send this text to my team. I have this dude getting on. You know what's amazing? And I wish he were on here to hear this. We're going to be going over some annuity stuff today in a little bit. I'm really focusing on how I can help people become more profitable. And one of the ways to do it is through annuity sales. And we got some sick stuff coming up for y'all that we've been working on for a while. And the dude can't figure out how to get in the Zoom. but he has a $160 million book of annuity business. So God bless him. And if y'all saw the podcast I did with him, um, when I told him he was a beast at annuities, he's like, that's like saying I'm a beast at tying my shoes. Like, this thing is not complicated. But he can't, I love him, but he can't get in the Zoom. We're texting live right now. So, and he's one of my favorite people on the planet. I laugh more around this dude than anyone in my life. And if you watch the podcast, I laugh uncontrollably in the middle of it because he's just one of my favorite people to be around. So I got my staff trying to save us. And we're gonna go through some cool stuff. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. He's a trip, man. He's one of my favorite people to hang around, and one of the smartest people I know, and won't admit it to anyone. So one of the things we're doing is we're making some adjustments, and this is one of the things that I look back at our model and everything we're doing, and I'm like, man, one of the things I got that helped me become really profitable was selling annuities. But you know how little I teach on it? I'm like, damn, what am I doing? Why am I not talking about it more? And I don't really have an answer because I'm foolish and missed it. So it's like, we're going to really focus on that a lot this year. And we're going to make it very easy for people to add this to their business. That was a good one, Courtney. You definitely watched it. He probably did lose his keys. Couple things I would love, if you read the book that I wrote, if you a type of one, I'm curious how many of y'all have read it. I get a shit ton of good feedback and I love it. Those of you that don't know, I have it, and I made it so affordable, but it was a fun journey doing it. I'm going to ask for a favor, and I would love if you guys will help. I'm trying to like do my best to build this brand and put awareness out. And I get so much feedback. Thank you for there's lots of ones coming, which is dope. I get so many good DMs and texts and messages from it that it's helped people. And I'm doing my best to continue to put stuff out there. And one of the processes we have in place is to go, all right, someone buys a book. Can we get people to leave a review? And somehow I don't know, we haven't mastered that yet. So I'm going to straight up ask if you guys will do me a favor and literally go onto Amazon. You don't have to buy anything. I'm not asking you to buy shit. There's no money coming out of your pocket here. You just go on Amazon and type in my name, John Wetmore, and find the book and just leave a review. I will love you if you can do that for me. Somehow we've sold like 1,000 of these things and I have like 16 reviews. And I don't know, something about algorithms, and my team is like, it'll help. And I'm like, dude, I'm just going to ask because I know a bunch of you will do it for me because I know you appreciate the help and things we're doing. So I don't ask for much. And I would love if you literally just pop on your app, go in, hit the little stars on there. It'll take you down. You hit a button, you hit write review, and you just type it. And, you know, there's one asshole in there that gave me 1 star that doesn't like me, but I would obviously like the 5-star ones. And I assume all of you like me since you're on here. So I appreciate it. And it would mean the world to help. I'll do it. I appreciate y'all. I told my team, I feel like if I just ask, I'll get more in one day than we've had the entire time it's been on. If those of you that do choose to have people buy the book, share it, you want to buy it, if you buy it on the website, I actually send them out personalized and signed. So I just like the reviews on Amazon because I don't know how to build reviews on my website. We haven't figured out. I'm not smart enough for that. So I use their reviews, but buy it on the website. I send them out signed and personalize them all. Let's see if Gavin's figured out how to get on yet. I told him I'd talk for like 20 minutes and I don't know how to find. There's so many y'all in here. I don't know how to find if he's on. So someone on my team will just tell me when he's ready. That'd be dope. I read a couple things. I've been following this podcast. I'm going to pull up my notes that I put this on. I was thinking about it when I was walking. I'm in the middle of doing 75 hard. Any of y'all done that? Anybody actually completed 75 hard in here? I see you on there. You did it, Alicia? I didn't know that. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Twice, Matt. I love it. No, I don't see that. Anyway, it's a fun, if you Google it, it's a hell of a challenge. I'm in the middle of it, so I listen to a lot of stuff while I'm on the outdoor. And phase 2, got it. Hell yeah. Gavin is in. Thank you, Andres. Gavin, good job, bro. We made fun of you for the last 5 minutes. If you can hear me, if you can figure out how to get your volume working. I listen to this podcast called Modern Wisdom. Anyone ever heard of it? Chris Williamson. I just found it recently. Someone shared it with me. It's pretty dope. He's like a thought leader. I mean, it reminds me like a Milet, but he has an accent like he's from overseas somewhere, but super cool. And he said a couple of things that I wanted to share. he said this, and I've been sharing this a lot the last like 3 days because he is pretty badass for those of you that listen to him. I just literally found him. Someone referred him to me. He says, the more somebody complains, the less accurate their perspective of the world is. The more somebody complains, the less accurate their perspective of the world is. And I'm like, think about all the things you whine about that are, this is wrong, that don't work, the leads suck, the company this, the underwriting's bad, my agent there, the things, whatever you're negative about. And be clear, I roll out my default is negative. So I have to work on this every day. But I'm like, man, do you realize if you're negative and complaining about something, you're probably seeing it blurred? And the way this dude explained it the other day, I was like, dude, that's a killer comment. So I've been sharing it, and it's like if I catch myself complaining about something, I'm like, maybe my perspective of the situation is flawed. I thought that was a really good one. I read this other thing from someone else. Let me see if I wrote down who it was from. I do like to give people credit. I don't know where this one came from, but it was comparing nervousness versus anxiety. Thank you for y'all keep leaving reviews. I appreciate it. And get your friends to do one too. Hell, even if they didn't buy it, just hook me up. I don't even care if they're real ones. If you ain't read it, just give me a good one. I'll take them. Hell, y'all know that I'll share this. Gavin, hook me up with a review. Green eggs and ham. I would love one.
What's that?
Go on Amazon and search my name and put a dope review on my book for me.
I will, for sure.
Fuck yeah, dude. I appreciate you.
It's been a while since I read Green Eggs and Ham. I'm looking forward to it.
I know, dude. So I was explaining them to them the live, our text as it was going.
Yeah.
And someone in the comments said he probably lost his keys.
Me?
Yeah. And I'm like, they listened.
Dude, it's so funny they do. Oh my God.
So
I'm scrambling around trying to get my audio to work. And I'm thinking,
yeah,
dude, I just wrote a
him.
$600,000 annuity this morning and I can't work my audio. I'm like, anybody can do this. Literally
anyone, bro. Anyone. And we're gonna share it. We're actually gonna share this stuff in a few, but I'm gonna give you a little cliffhanger first. Nervousness versus anxiety. I thought it was cool because like a lot of people get nervous for things. They get nervous to make phone calls. They have anxiety about dialing or recruiting or saying this or annuities, right? We're like nervous. Oh my God, what do we do? Da da da. And this dude said, and again, I feel bad I didn't write down who said it because it was not me. I just listen to things and I absorb them and I go like, how can I learn from this statement? Because it was badass. Nervous means you care about the thing you're worried about. Nervous means you care about the thing you're worried about, the result, but you're prepared. Nervous means you care about it, but you're prepared. Anxiety typically means you're not prepared for that thing. So like you get nervous because you give a shit, but you're ready. Like I get like when I go on stage to speak, I get like a little like weird butterflies still. Like that still happens. But I care so much about killing it that I want to make sure I hit all my points and I don't forget to talk about things that I know are going to help people. Like, so I get a little nervous, like I'm going to forget to say something. Like right before this, I'm like, I'm not worried about speaking, but every time I get done, I'm like, damn, I forgot to tell them about this. Whereas like when you have anxiety about something, the point he was trying to make is it's probably because you lack preparation in that thing. So to be nervous about annuities, cool. Maybe he's nervous to talk. I bet Gavin ain't anymore, but at some point, having nerves about talking to people about moving their money makes sense. All good. He gives a shit. He wants to make sure he takes care of clients and they don't lose their money. But to be like overwhelmed with anxiety where it's crippling and stops a lot of you, it's like then you have to look at yourself in the mirror and go, am I really prepared for this moment? And it's a fine line because I don't want people to over prepare before they do stuff. You know what I mean? But it's like if you've been doing it for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and you're still unprepared, that's a problem. You know what I mean? Like day one, I mean, it's hard to be prepared for everything that's going to come your way in a day. It is what it is. But I know some people have been doing this. There's probably someone on this call right now been doing this longer than I have. Still don't know basic underwriting. Still don't know how to recruit someone. Still don't know how to help people get started. You know what I mean? And that's okay. But it's like, is today the day we're ready to change it? You know? And for me, I'm all about like owning it. It's like, all right, I messed up. Cool, got it. Can I move on? Let's shift and let's implement. And I'm a big fan of implementing stuff. And so that leads me to, you know, what Gavin's here. Amanda, can y'all help me figure out how to like make it so both of us are right? I don't know how to do that. Y'all know that. So hopefully you can do it from your button. Otherwise, hit my button, or if y'all can just make magic happen, that would be dope. I love having like a team where I can just do what I do really well and go, please help. Like they got Gavin on. I definitely didn't. I sent a screenshot and suddenly I'm sure someone reached out to you. I don't know. And I can hear footsteps now. Like someone's coming to save me right now. I can hear them coming down the hallway to come down the stairs. And when you delegate and stop trying to do everything and like, can I just do what I'm good at and y'all do what you're good at? It's really good having a good team around me. So, but you know, when I'm just going to tell the story the way it happened. I started looking at this thing and I see a lot of people, you know, doing annuities. And I looked at our team and I remember like a year and a half ago, our annuity numbers blew up, like blew up. I think we went, and Gavin knows the numbers because we've talked about it now and he was part of it. I found out later. I see him. Do they see, y'all see both of us now? Here we go. Now I see it. Look at this shit. We're figuring out as we go, you know, unprepared, but I have a good team. So they saved us. And I didn't give them timing. I don't give them a script. I just get on here and I start talking. So most of this is my fault. But I was looking at annuity numbers like a year ago, and I remember going like, we saw a little bit. And if I tell you the total number, it sounds cool till you hear how many agents we have that it takes to sell that number. And then the percentage is really bad. I think, Gavin, it was like 4% of agents total sell an annuity, some pathetic number. You know, and I remember, man, the first time I wrote one, bro, I learned some of the stuff that you're about to teach. We had I actually remember, funny enough, I'm gonna share part of this, and you can pipe in whenever you want because we can just shoot the shit like we always do and have fun. I remember probably 2015, and you should definitely tell the story how we met. But I remember it was probably 2015-ish. It's 15 or 16. I don't remember. Where you called me. I was driving to an appointment and you called me to ask how to sell annuities. And I was like,
Yeah.
I remember I had stuff to say. And it's really weird that like now how much better you got at this process. And I sold some. I mean, I sold enough to be dangerous, more than the average agent, you know? And so I was like, I was looking at our numbers and we went from selling like, I don't know, dude, we were selling, I don't know, a few million a month, whatever the number was, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, it was nothing extraordinary relative to the number of agents we had. And then this cat came in and started teaching. Me and Gavin been buddies forever. And you know, he came in, and this is all his doing. It's not like I had a genius idea. This today I had an idea, but the story, he comes in and he starts teaching what he's about to start teaching inside of this following I have of mine, this group, this y'all. And he started teaching this in our agency. And I think if the numbers were right, we had done like 5 million for the year up until like August or something of last year, the year before. And then by December, this group, and it wasn't even my whole group, it was this one group in my group, ended the year at 30 million. Like you did 25 million in 3 months, just teaching the stuff you're about to teach now. So it wasn't like a baby change, right? Now, what did you tell me the average commission was for a brand new agent that doesn't know what the hell they're doing? Like their commission with you helping?
It's about the average 8,200. We did a
$8,200. Who
yeah.
would like, put a little one in the chat if you would like Gavin to teach you how to make an $8,200 commission?
That doesn't charge back. You actually get to keep.
Boom.
We've been paid $8,200 commissions, but it only lasted 3 days. We had to give it back before you. So this is the type that you actually get to keep, you know?
Look at this, bro. They like you, dude.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. Has anyone ever made an $8,200 commission? So I remember, bro, put I'm curious your biggest commission in here.
Mine?
I want to see, no, theirs.
Oh, theirs. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, I want to see y'all, just whatever your biggest one is. I'm just shit curious. Biggest one ever on any case, anything you've ever done. I would love to see it. I remember when I was taught this stuff, I was going to a mortgage appointment. And before I forget the thought, of all the annuities I sold, dude, well over half were sold to people that I did not sell insurance to.
Yep, me too.
But I go into this house, bro, and it's one of those that you got to bang on the door a bunch because they weren't answering. You know what I mean? You call him, he doesn't pick up, and da da da. And it's, halfway decent looking house, whatever. And the guy comes to the door finally after me pounding on the door like I was the police. And this is field days. I'm there with a lead, trying, I mean, I'm peeking in the windows, going around the back, trying to figure out if I can get this dude to open the door. And I like it. I see some commissions. We're going to improve some of y'all for sure. Just hang tight. We'll get to it in like 3 minutes. I go and I bang on the door enough. This guy finally comes to the door. And if you picture a guy that comes to the door with jeans, you can tell he just pulled them up. His zipper was still down. He was barefoot. His hair was like this, and he had on no shirt. And he looked like he was still asleep. Anybody ever had that client come to the door? Like in this deal, like y'all know what I'm talking about. Like that's who was at the door. And I'm like, hey man, here for the appointment, da da. So we go in, and it's like a basement entrance, right? And it's in the basement entrance. It's a bar. So he has a bar, and there's like those like refrigerated like Coke machines there. You know what I mean? The lights flickering because it barely works. There's nothing in it, but you can hear it running, and it's like making the noise because the motor barely works or whatever. And he has this bar top, and there's some bottles everywhere, and he has mail piled all. It's a pretty big bar, and it's one of those like L-shaped ones. It's got mail piled, dude. The more mail than I've ever seen in my life. Just unopened mail on his bar top. And I take a peek. You can see like the kitchen was down the hall. You take a peek, and I'm like, maybe this guy is like part of the USPS processing plant or something, because there's even more mail out there. And it's loaded, bro. And we sit down, and you can definitely tell I think he just finished drinking from the night before. Probably passed out on his floor. I look out the pool. There's a pool in the back, but like you wouldn't go in it. It was one of those where it was like slimy, miscolored, like things floating in it. Pool is not taking care of pool. Long story short, we talk about the mortgage, da da da. I get the history. And he's like, yeah, I just, and then during it, I asked the right questions that Gavin's going to teach. And at one point, I bring up whether or not he has any money that acts like life insurance, da da da. We bring it up, and then I start talking to him about it. And I say, do you have anything that acts like it? And he goes, yeah, hold on.
Hold on.
And he gets up from the bar, and he runs to what looked like the processing plant for all the mail. And he grabs an envelope and runs back to me and goes, I'm actually retiring in 3 weeks, and I need help with this. And he hands me this literally sealed, y'all know the big statements you get when you have like money somewhere. It's a big 8x11 envelope. Open it up, dude. It's 560 grand in it or something. He's like, I'm retiring in 3 weeks and need help. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, 100%. Dude, I have experts. They have experts at this retirement thing. And can I come back Tuesday and I'll bring you everything you need to know with what to do with it? And he was like, perfect. And I brought it back. And then the next week I went out and I wrote it. I got paid 34 grand like a few weeks later. And I was like, whoa, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. And I got paid $34,000. And it like that changed my career, dude. And I certainly started studying it then and started learning about it. And I certainly learned how to pitch them. And you know what I mean? Like I sold a few $1 million worth of annuities over the next couple of years. And like I got some awards, and funny enough, that's how we met.
Yeah.
So those of y'all that don't know him, John Gavin, him and I have been buddies forever. I will say he's a beast at selling annuities. He thinks it's like tying his shoes.
So
he
close to it.
obviously can't figure out how to get into a Zoom or unmute,
Nope.
or he actually just quite frankly forgot what time it was at. He thought it was later. So I was like, I love
I didn't forget. I always just thought it was at noon. Like everything else was at noon.
I'm playing with you. It's I just like we get to poke fun at each other. We both like we've spent a lot of time together. We spent time in Greece together for a while.
Yeah.
We've been very fortunate to be able to be able to travel around around the world together and do some cool stuff. And I know a lot of people in this business, and there ain't a lot of them I can call buddy. You know what I mean? So we have a lot of fun together. And even Amanda, dude. And those I love. Amanda's like my favorite person ever. For her to sit up till 2 a.m. giggling in a hotel lobby is not like Amanda at all. And to her, she's like, that was one of her favorite times. I don't remember where we were, but we were somewhere and we stayed up all night.
Dallas.
There's
I think
that
it's
Dallas.
Dallas,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah. I think so.
Probably. She has but we talk about it all the time, dude. So I appreciate you coming on. I don't know if you want me to give it a little intro into what we're doing first. I can, or you can.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what we're gonna lay out. I go to Gavin and we start talking about, I'm like, I have an idea. I really want to teach this annuity thing. I call him and I'm like, will you teach me what you know? I haven't written one in like 6 years. I want to start teaching people how to do this thing. I want to give people an outlet to be able to like actually help them learn how to do this. I want to create this program, this system, I want to create something, dude. He's like, hell yeah, dude. Noon on a Zoom, right? I think we did it at noon, bro.
Yeah.
Get on Zoom. He goes through everything. And he teaches me everything I need to know. And I'm like, bro, I kind of want you to do it with me. And I just don't want to, dude. I do decent at getting my name out there and getting people to follow and guiding people, but I want to keep doing what I'm really good at. Like I said earlier with staff, I'm really good at some things. Can I get really good at the annuity side? Sure. Can I teach it? Sure. But dude, you're amazing at this. And so I decided we're gonna put together a program where we literally we're gonna do an annuity boot camp. We got them coming up. If my team will share a link, don't share it yet, but they might already hit send, but don't share it yet. We're gonna save it for later because you have to stay before you can get access to it. We're gonna start doing a boot camp. I think we decided every other week. We're literally gonna teach how to do this thing. And I don't know if I should give out the website yet. I think I'm going to give out the website in a little while. We have a website I'm going to send you to that you can register for this. There's not you don't have to register. You don't have to pay a fee to join this. There's not like a $99 a month and I'm not going there. So we're gonna share this thing out. And I decided instead of me being the person that teaches it all, John and I are going to partner together on this thing and really work together to teach you guys how to build an annuity business, how to help more of your clients, how to be more profitable this year, and quite frankly, how to get out of the lack of commissions and that you have and change your financial situation. If this dude shares how much he's been making on the annuity side, you'd be like, what? And so we're going to put this program together where John and I are literally going to walk you through how to sell them. Like John will get on the phone with you and your client and close the deal for you and let you keep half the commission and teach you how to do it and teach you how to do 2 of them and then go, now you know how to do them and you don't know it's nothing. Just go write them on your own now, So I'm like, dude, we have to do this. And so I want you to share whatever part of it you want. I'm gonna share the site now. At some point, if you have a client you need help, great. You can put in your information and we'll reach out. If you just want to be a part of it and learn, register for the boot camp. And our goal is going to teach you to go find the money first, like how to identify it, how to find it, how to bring clients to the table. And then we'll take it from there. And John is literally going to set up appointments with you and your client, and it'll be on Zoom. It'll be the 3 of you, and he's going to literally let you watch everything he does. This isn't going to be anything but like actually teaching you how to do it. Is he going to get paid to help you? Yes, 100%. You're going to keep half, and he's going to do all the work, and you get to watch.
And you'll know how to do it in 1 or 2 meetings, and that's it. The whole goal is to get you guys up and going and writing your own and So
and to be able to teach it, man. This thing has been insanely profitable from an individual production standpoint, and quite frankly, it's not the best override product for an agency. But there are some benefits for those of you that run agencies to do this. And I'll let you share them. I'm going to share the site, and it's really simple. I'm really basic. So as you know, I do johnwetmore.com/everything. Everything is after that. And someone is literally typing in johnwetmore.com/everything right now, and it doesn't come back because that's not the site. It's johnwetmore.com/annuity. johnwetmore.com is the book, johnwetmore.com/events. It's just who I am. We make it simple. My team just shared the link, johnwetmore.com/annuity. You can register for the boot camp. I don't know the date of the first one. We set it up. It's the 20th, maybe. My team will post it now, January 20th, and someone post the time because I don't know when it is. Y'all see it. 3 p.m. Perfect.
Noon on the West Coast.
which it is noon for you,
I
100%.
know. That's what I'm saying.
So we'll do the
Everything's at
first one
noon.
there. There's a registration link for the annuity. It leads to a Zoom. You can register there. And then there's a form if you're like, I have a client, I'm ready to rip, or I want to do this anyway. I'm working on a client. Just fill out the info. It's really meant for when you have a client ready. Than anything else. But dude, I'll let you kind of take it from there, and I might ask some questions. We might open it up.
Cool.
I'm excited as hell, dude, to
Me
do
too.
something fun and new this year, and something challenging, man, and
Yeah.
really help
And
take people
it's
to
gonna
a
be
new
great
level.
for the agents that take advantage of it. It can be life changing. It really can.
Yeah.
Just to give you a little bit of background. So when John was saying that I started working with one of his groups there, that group is ran by another friend of ours, and
Yeah.
I looked at the life volume that he was doing. And that group did quite a bit of
Yeah.
life volume,
Yeah.
and their annuity volume was nil, like nothing compared to what I was doing with my group. My group's was a lot smaller than his, and so I just reached out to him. Says, hey, dude, you guys are stepping over dollars to get dimes here. You guys are selling life insurance, but no annuities, and I can explain, and I'll explain to you why it's so good for your business, either as an individual agent or an agency. And so in the 3.5 months, the best part about going from 5 million over 8 months to 30 million over a year was by the time that year ended, we had people that in December had never written an annuity. They were training their agents in December on how to do it. And that's what this is all
Yeah.
about. It's such a simple process and simple product to understand that if you have an agency, you'll be training other people. Our goal is to get you up and going, and then have the ability to train others to do it as well too, and then just grow your business that way. And there's a lot of reasons why you want to sell annuities if you have your insurance license on an individual basis, but there's a lot of reasons why you want your agents to write them as well too if you have an agency. And the thing I want you guys to understand is, when John said that only 4% of our agents write annuities, I think there's a lot of reasons why. And I think the biggest one is lack of confidence and lack of understanding. They think that since it appears to be a financial product, it's not, it's an insurance product, that they don't have the skills and knowledge to present those to clients. They seem complicated. They seem like they might take a long time to get to know and understand, and they don't. And I say this, but even I might look like your old high school math teacher. I'm a junior college dropout. My highest level of completion is my senior year in high school. I went broke 3 times. So I'm not smart, and nor was I good with money. So if you think that you have to be either one of those to be able to provide these for your clients, you don't. It's just have a basic understanding of how they work, what they are, who our clientele are, and how we can help them out. And so that's part of the reason why, like when John said that he found, one by basically accident, I was actually seeking them because when I got into the business 13 years ago, 14 years ago, I was flat broke. And I saw someone get a fat check next to me. And I was like, how did you get that? And he goes, oh, I wrote an annuity. And I'm like, what is that? Because I know I passed the test and everything, still didn't know what an annuity was. I started seeking them out and try and look for opportunities. And I started because I was broke and I knew that getting that size of check, I think it was like, I think he got like 64,000 or something like that. It was a big, I knew that would change my life. Um, and so I went about it the wrong way. I started just diving into every training I can get into. I was reading everything I could. I took all this information thinking that I needed to know everything that there was needed to know about annuities. I needed to be able to answer any question that might come up. I had all this information and I Frankensteined a presentation that I didn't even understand. And so when I met with clients, I was giving them information that didn't make sense to me, didn't make sense to them. I closed none of it. And then I really simplified it over time. And so, the first thing is understand, what an annuity is. You hear the term, you hear the word a lot, what it is. And there's a lot of different definitions. I don't know that there's a legal definition of what an annuity is. It's blah, 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 blah. But for me, it's just an interest bearing deposit with an insurance company, right? So when I realized that it's just an interest bearing deposit with an insurance company, all the bells and whistles and the blah, blah, blahs out there didn't matter anymore. I'm like, okay, so what I'm doing basically is I'm finding clients out there that have some funds and they want to roll it into something that's safe, that they're not going to lose any money on, but it's still going to grow. And I had a basic understanding of what that is. I'm like, okay, now I know what the product is. The next step I took was who are my clientele and why would they want to do this? And so Who are our clientele? Our clientele are not going to be typically people in their 20s, 30s, or 40s. These are geared for retirement. So they're going to be people in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s. Why is it such a good product for them? Well, I'll tell you right now, I personally believe it's the best product out there for them. And when I do my presentations, if I work with any of you guys, it's kind of funny because I've been selling at a pretty high clip for a while now, and I've taken quite a few people into my meetings, and that I'm in person on Zoom, even over the phone. And a lot of people think because I do write a high volume that there's going to be fireworks and they're going to be blown away by this incredible presentation. And 99% of the time, when it's done, they're like, "That's it." I'm like, "That's it," and we're moving money. Because there's not a lot of fireworks, there's not a lot of fanfare. It's a very simple product, but it's so important to our clients because I don't know the average age of the people here, but if you understand what happened to the economy in 2008 to 2010, the housing market was booming before that, the economy is just cruising along, and all of a sudden they found out that mortgage-backed securities were poo-poo, and the whole economy crashed based off of that. And so you had people that were gearing up to retire or retired that lost half their retirement, 50% of it. And if you think of us as an individual, say we've got, $5,000 in our bank account and we just got done paying our bills. And that $5,000 has to last us, the next 22 days of the month. But we wake up tomorrow and that $5,000 is now 1,400. Okay. It makes you a little bit nervous. How are you going to make the end of the month with only $1,400 when you had 5,000 just before that, right? Imagine that's not just a month. Imagine that's your life. Imagine you're 66 years old and that $127,000 is all you save for your entire life, but now it's 71,000, and you just lost your biggest asset, which is your earning power. So what are you going to do? So that's why our products are so popular, is because that has happened before. It's happened twice in my lifetime where I saw people lose half of their retirement. Some people had to go to Walmart, some people had to go to Burger King, some people had to go back to work at late 60s, 70 years old because they didn't have enough money to last them as long as they were here, right? So, and the people that we talk to, our clientele, they understand that. They lived through the 2000s, they lived through the 2008. So they know what it was like to lose half their money. In fact, when you talk to them, you bring it up, they'll act like it was yesterday. It was 16, 17 years ago, but somebody who's retired now, and you said, hey, if you mention anything about when the market crashed in 2008, they literally act like it was yesterday and they act like they didn't get their money back, but they did, but it took 6.5 years to get it back. And that was 6.5 years of waking up every single day, wondering what you're going to do because you don't think you have enough money to last you your lifetime. So our product's very simple. We eliminate all the losses, so our clients don't ever have to worry about losing money in a down market. They provide bonuses that gives them a jump start from where they're at right now. I talk to people, the markets are doing okay right now. This week they're off, but they've been steadily climbing this year, and that's doing great, But if something were to turn and it's something that was out of their control and the market were to lose, you're looking at look at their retirement at its highest point and figure out how to live off that. They don't figure out how to live off a lesser point. So when it drops down, they have to think what they have to give up, what they have to sell, what they have to do, because they're calculating their longevity based off of its highest point. Well, you can't do that if you have the ability to lose any money. With our accounts, you're not going to lose anything. So it's an interest-bearing deposit with an insurance company that can't lose any money. A lot of times they give rollover bonuses to add to their account on day one. And they've evolved to where they get a pretty fair return over time. So they get interest applied to their account on an annual basis based off of how internal indexes perform. And you don't even know all of that terminology, but basically they still gain interest. So when you have something that is really needed out there's 10,000 people in the United States retiring every single day. They did a poll, and 53% of those people don't think they have enough money to last their lifetime. The other 47% are probably wrong. And so if you have 5,300 people retiring every day that know they don't have enough money to last a lifetime, those are the people that we need to help and reach out to and protect what they have right now so they don't lose anything. Because if they don't have enough money as it is, they can't afford to lose a dime. And so our products protect that, so we're not going to lose any money. So if we have the clients that are out there that need our product, they're just not aware of it, because you don't see a lot of annuity commercials out there that explain how these products work very well. I do a lot of presentations every week. Maybe once a week, somebody has an understanding of how these work. The other ones, almost everybody to a T says, why don't more people know about this? Why aren't more people doing this? And the reason why more people don't know about this, why more people aren't moving their money into these products, is because only 4% of us are actually presenting them. It's not a lack of want or lack of need on the client's part. It's a lack of effort on ours. And that's why the annuity volume, I mean, it's huge right now. It could be a lot bigger if more than 4% of us were out there actively looking for retirement accounts or looking for funds that we can protect and presenting these products to our clients. So we have something that's desperately needed from our clientele out there. We're selling insurance, or whatever your business model is. You're talking to people every single day. If you're talking to people over the age of 55, almost everybody has something put away. Okay, so we have a ginormous market out there. So it's definitely good for the client because it protects their assets, lets them grow safely over time. It's really good for the agents because, like I said, when I first came in, and I was flat broke, and I was looking to, trying to get out of the ups and downs, the volatility of selling life insurance and building an agency. I'd write some insurance and some of it would charge back. I'd write more, a little bit more that would charge back. I actually had the second highest persistency in my company in 1 year, and I still rode the fluctuations of the chargebacks and this and that. And it's not really your money until it stays there for a while. This is like having a financial backer in your business. If you active, and I'll get to this on how to find the money in a minute, but if you are proactive and you are consistent in trying to find funds and clients to help, it's like having somebody that's an investor into your business. Because if you look for the people, they're there, you're going to find them, you're going to help them out, and you're going to get these larger deposits into your account that you do your daily business, whether it's selling life, whether it's selling health, or whatever it is. And then you get these larger deposits that are put into your account that takes out the highs and the lows, because you don't have to worry about the anxiety of the day-to-day sales business and chargebacks, because you have these lump sums that are deposited into your account. And it helps you invest into leads, it helps you hire staff, it helps you build a business over time that you wouldn't ordinarily do without these lump sums of influx into your business. So it helps you on a personal level with increasing your income. It helps the clients. And if you're building an agency, these aren't big override products. So they're not really big for an override when the agency writes them. But what it does do is it helps stop the turnover in your agency. Looking back now in my group, the people who've been with me the longest are people that write annuities, because people that write annuities, they don't quit, they don't leave the business, they don't roll up debt, they pay their bills, they're able to invest into their business and then help it grow. So as a manager, it really does help you to have an agency of people that provide annuities, because they're the most financially stable agents that you're going to have in your business. So if it's really good for the clients, if it's really good for the agents, and it's really good for the agencies, there's definitely reasons why, on a personal level, why you want to be writing them, and then also on a business level, why you want your agents writing them as well too. Do you have something to say, John?
No,
Or you
sorry.
saying something? Okay.
No, you're
No, you're
good.
good.
I am, but to Amanda, because I have like funny messages on my screen and I'm like, hey, I don't want to break something. Help.
Oh,
Plus, she
gotcha.
brought me Chick-fil-A, which is
Surely.
dope. I've been doing
You do
this
have such
on,
a good staff too.
I do, bro. I'm
Yeah.
spoiled rotten, bro.
I was
It's
sweating it not being able to get
insane.
my audio working, and she just sent me a text going, tap
No,
on that little thing on the left there. I'm like,
I,
oh, there you go.
bro, I live life so freely to where like I've literally been doing this. I've been at this mic and on this camera since 10 a.m. I've had back to back 10, 11, 12, literally straight. I'm on hour 5 now. I've been talking on video and everything still just happens like Matt. Dude, it's so good, bro. I don't have to think about a lot and I love it. Um,
It's awesome.
so super fortunate, bro.
Good
Um,
feel.
yeah, man, life is
So
good.
So I mean, that's why we should be uncovering and increasing that number from 4 to 30. 30% of the agencies should write annuities, right? But the next thing is like, how do you uncover them? If I know nothing about these products, I'm a little nervous about them. You say they're easy, but I've never seen an illustration or anything like that. How do I uncover some money, and how do I get a little bit of base knowledge on these to get that conviction in my voice to uncover more? And there's a couple of things I start with. And when I started with the other group, that was a lot of young dudes in there. They were all in their early 20s. And so when they're in their early 20s and they're talking to, people that are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, it's like, how do I get that conviction that you have? How do I get that base knowledge of understanding so I feel comfortable in talking to people? And there's a couple different ways we can do it. And the one thing that kind of happened, I didn't plan it this way, but it just kind of happened that way, and I saw a trend, was people in their 20s were starting to talking to their grandparents about it, and people in their late 20s and 30s were talking to their parents about it. And so the best way to start getting some knowledge is everyone on here knows someone of retirement age or someone who is retired. And so what we had people doing was just going, hey, I've got a license to write safe retirement products. I want to know a little bit more about it. I want to compare, what we can do to possibly somebody that you trust and know what they have. I would say talk to your family members and come up with, you'll be shocked. Like I wrote my dad. Yeah, I wrote my dad. A lot of people write their parents. A lot of people write their grandparents. But even if you don't write them, just having that conversation of understanding what their retirement products are and what's available to them if you don't have one, understanding the difference between a 401k and IRA, that can come later on. You don't need to know anything about that, but you'll get a lot of knowledge on a case by case issue just by talking to a parent or a grandparent and reaching out, asking what they have for their retirement. They'll explain, what do you like about it? What are you fearful of? What would be something that you would be looking for? And then showing them another option. And I think when people see how excited the client gets about our product, it just organically infuses conviction into them, because they're like, oh, yeah, I know you're trying to sell it because that's what we do, but what about the clients? Well, once the clients get excited about it and they're bought into it, especially if it's a family member, it just infuses some conviction into the agent's mindset as well too. So you can start with that, but also just if you're dialing and calling people and selling them in insurance, you're talking to people that have retirements. And so what John was saying is earlier is a lot of the people that we don't sell insurance to, we write annuities. In fact, a lot of my clients have been that way, but it's doing a financial inventory, getting a financial profile of the people we're talking to, because technically we can't even sell them life insurance unless we know what they have. One of those questions is what current life insurance do you have in place right now that you currently own? And they'll tell you what they have. And then the next question is, okay, what else do you have that would act like life insurance? Something that would be transferable upon your death, a 401k, an IRA, any stocks, bonds, or annuities. Now, if we're talking to them to sell them insurance, that's in line with the original conversation we've had. So that's not weird. It'd be weird if you just said, hey, by the way, do you have a 401k? That's weird. But if you stop and ask the question, do you have anything else that would act like life insurance that would be transferable upon your death? A lot of times people don't want to be sold life insurance, so they want to show you they don't need your life insurance. They're going to tell you, oh, I've got a 401k, it's got $329,000 in, 127,000, whatever it might be. They're going to tell you about that, and then you just push it aside. You just finish what you're there for, and whether you sell them insurance or not, then you can circle back in a really nonchalant way and say, Mr. Jones, in regards to this $127,000 you've got in your IRA, how much of this could you afford to lose if the market were to take a turn? Or does all the market volatility right now make you nervous? And they typically say they don't want to lose anything, or the market volatility makes them nervous. And you say, great, we've got retirement specialists that we work with. Would you be able to get on a call and just set up a follow-up call at same time the next day, 2 days later? It takes about 10 minutes to show you how to eliminate all the risk and all the losses from your current retirement account, and just set a follow-up appointment that way. And you don't need to know anything else about the products. You just set the follow-up appointment, and then somebody else will get on and show you exactly how to do it. And if you see one or two presentations, you'll be able to do it on your own, because it's really, really simple.
Dude, I remember when I was taught that, I put a little sticky note, little one of them little square yellow stickies, and I wrote the question. I just typed it in, even though you said it twice. I'm sure someone is gonna want to know exactly how to say it again, so I typed it in as you said it, and I wrote that like, "Do you have anything that acts like life insurance that is transferable upon your death?" On the sticky, and I put it on like where the miles per hour goes on your dash. I
Yeah,
stuck it there because I was going in home field.
yeah,
So right now, stick it on your laptop, stick it on your phone, on your mirror. Whatever. It's not that deep, and it does. Again, if you set up any appointment right, and all you're doing is fact finding, and you're like, hey, do you mind if I ask you some questions about your financial situation so I can see how I can help you better here with the insurance? This is a very common. No one will blink at this. Now you handle it wrong. I think the mistake, and you can touch on it if you want, the mistake people make is they put on the brakes, they slam it on, they think about $8,700 commission, and they start talking about it there and trying to close it there, and they pivot.
100%.
Yeah,
Then you can't go back. Then you're
correct.
then yeah, and then they're like, well, wait a minute, you called about this, now you're going this, now I don't trust you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but
Um,
I've got groups that I work with that they actually have that posters on their
yeah,
walls.
yeah, yeah,
What else
yeah,
do you have that acts like life insurance that would be transferable upon your death? That way, everybody in their dial room knows to ask those questions. And they're writing a boatload of insurance right now, or a boatload of annuities right
yeah. No, I agree. Someone texted me, Brian, I think, texted me this morning or last night. He watched the podcast and he has it written down on something. Um, and same. I texted you earlier, and you're like, hey, I got a ton of people
now. Yeah,
doing that, and
yeah,
it just makes it really simple. It's like the strategy with this thing at the beginning is to just identify opportunity. That's it. If you can identify opportunity, that's step one. And then, like step two, later on, the way he said it, I'll let John keep saying the things. I don't need to reiterate exactly. It's like now you go like, oh, by the way,
yeah.
about that thing, because again, you are there as a financial professional to help them, and we're not trying to shove it down people's throats. And you know what I mean? It's like if they're there for the if they're looking for security going forward, it'll make sense to them. And if they're not, that's okay too. And John will help you learn how to identify those people. We're gonna teach a lot on this stuff. Again, you can go to the johnwetmore.com/annuity, register for the boot camp. Someone posted in there they have a client now they need help with. I told them to fill out the form. It's Thursday. She's like, I don't know if I don't remember the name. Sorry, I did reply though. But there's so many messages coming up. I forget what name it was. That they have a client they presented something to. They have a follow up call and they're like, I need help. So I told them to submit their info and put it through, and we'll set up a time for you to chat and take care of it.
Yeah.
Because we
Asking
definitely
those,
can.
just real, asking that question, like if you haven't done it before and you don't feel comfortable, um, everything's uncomfortable the first time you do it,
Yeah.
right? And so you start asking the question the first time, it's uncomfortable, right? Then you get through it and you realize that didn't hurt, that was painless. And then the way you build habits is doing something that's uncomfortable, but doing it consistently. And then it becomes a habit, and then it's no big deal. And then
Yeah.
it's just as part of what you do. And then you're not even thinking about it, then it just comes out and it's so natural. And then once you start seeing the results, you'll get the fever. You'll get the fever and you'll want to look for opportunities. But it's just crossing over and getting to ask that question in every appointment that you're in, because the person on the other side, you don't know their situation. You don't know who's got money and who doesn't. And maybe the markets aren't going to crash next week, next month, or even this year. But statistics say it's going to happen in our lifetime. And if we don't protect our clients' money, then they're going to suffer in some way. And I'll tell you, there's no bigger stress. Well, health wise for a kid, I would say that's first. But financial stress is something that's debilitating. And our biggest asset is our earning power. And our clients that are retired, they don't have their biggest asset anymore. They don't have their earning power anymore. They have to hold on to what they have. So you're
Sure.
doing a great service by reaching out to them, starting that conversation, and at least giving them the opportunity to decide whether it's something they want to do or not.
Yeah, I agree. I love it, dude. It's you've outlined it pretty well. I'm gonna go through. There are some questions here. I'll pull them up in a second. Before we go on to them, my team, so one of the things we're trying to do, and again, I appreciate y'all that left the reviews. on Amazon. If you weren't on here at the beginning, I'm like, can you help me get some more reviews on the book on Amazon? We're just trying to like continue to grow the brand. And again, I appreciate everybody sharing all the stuff and comments and stuff like that. So one of the things that my team is working on is how do we get more like testimonials from people, because I'm bad at sharing. When y'all send me stuff, I do a bad job at going like for my team, like, hey, here, this guy said this. It's what I do is I help people every day. I answered like 25 DMs yesterday from people. Some of them are on here, strangers. I try to help people the best I can. So one of the things we're working on this year is continuing to focus on building the brand, getting the message out there, everything we're doing, we're trying to build. Obviously, y'all can see everything I'm doing, those that follow. And I told my team I want to figure out a way to get some like actual reviews from people, like testimonials from people. And when people are here, they give them to me all the time. You know, we'll ask, they'll do it, no problem. So I came up with a way to con people into giving them to me. I'm going to give away some merch, right?
There you go.
So, and I don't know how much this is going to cost me to do, but I told my team I'm going to do it anyway. We have some stuff. We have like, you know what our favorite selling one is, dude? This one right here. Can you read that?
I
See
love
that?
that one.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if the reflection. This might be the church mode one. It has the little asterisk, but I have the real one where it actually says the word. So I'm gonna give away some stuff. We got like these do more, and we got this one is I like this one a lot. Oh
I
no
like that
shit.
too.
Yeah, it's one of my
Yeah.
favorites. I got the hoodie. Apparently this is not on the site. I came in today and my Reese is like, "Where'd you get that?" I'm like, "I don't know. I guess it's a limited edition one I had in my closet." But if you'll do this, I'm certainly looking for people to make comments and share our stuff on social. So if you have a favorite thing of mine, just comment, share it for me. I am trying to get the word out there more, and I don't grow without y'all spreading the message. And I get a lot of messages, dude, that are like, "Hey, I got your info from a buddy who works over here, and he said I need to follow your stuff." And I'm like, I don't even know who your buddy is. It's like things getting out of control. So we're gonna keep doing it. Um, more ownership hoodies are on the way. Dope. Um, One message, bro, just casually dumbified all of this for me. That was one of the comments for you. So get this again. If you, I would love if someone could, some of y'all could comment, share something, whatever your favorite thing is. I don't care at all. Just put it out there. I'm just trying to pass the word. And obviously, if y'all share it, more people see it. But if you'll like go an extra level and like record a quick little like if I've helped you in any way with sales, life insurance, the course we have, coaching, the book, anything at all that's like, yo, this has been beneficial to me and it's helped. If you'll record something, it can be dumb as shit on your phone. I don't need it fancy. It can have a terrible background. I don't care at all. Just a little testimonial how we've helped you, whatever it is, and send it to me. Either tag me on social with it, DM it to me, email it to me. I don't care. It can be 10 seconds, 20 seconds. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. Just a quick little video. Literally anyone that sends one, send me your address with it. I'm gonna send you a free shirt, like a one. Just I'm gonna just send you one. So I'm just trying to connect. We're gonna put them on the website. So you're sending it to me has it that I'm going to share it. So please and thank you if you'll do that for me. I would love it. And I don't know how many shirts we have in stock. So I didn't tell Amanda I was doing this. I did tell Reese. So I don't know how quick they'll go because I don't know how many we have here, but I'm going to give them away. So yeah, just anything. I appreciate you, Tab, my man. Um, love it, dude. I love your story that you're building right now. So thank you. I appreciate y'all that send them. I'm going to let John and I are going to continue. Do you want to take some questions, bro? You got time?
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Let me see if I can scroll through these things real quick. Let's see. I appreciate some of y'all answered the messages for me, so we don't have to.
That's
But
awesome.
if people aren't reading all of the replies, someone asked if if you need special licensing, and Alicia, thank you. You do not need a special license. Your life license covers this product. Nick, you don't have to worry about those Series 6, Series 7 exams because there's no risk with these, and those
Yeah.
licensing are for
It's
products
a,
with
it's a
risk.
life insurance product. So you just need a
Yeah,
life license. That's
yeah.
it. There's
Literally, how
nothing
did
else
you
needed.
define it, dude? It's a
It's
deposit
a,
with a life
it's an
insurance
interest
company.
bearing deposit with an
Yeah,
insurance company. Your life
yeah.
license, it's actually a
It's
life
like
insurance
what a
product.
it's like a CD in a sense to a bank. They deposit, you earn interest. I mean, that's not exactly like one, but in sense, it's like you're depositing with a bank, you're depositing with an insurance company.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's see. Do you get renewals on annuities?
You can, but most people go for the upfront commission. You can get half
Got
your
it.
commission up front, depending on how you're set up. You can
Yep.
get little trail commissions and renewals. But most people just get the upfront money.
Makes sense. And
If you
you'll
write
help
a
structure all
truckload
that.
of them and you don't need money, you can get the trails that
Yeah.
keeps paying you. But
That'll
most
be
people
part
need
of the
upfront.
boot camp. We're going to dive into the weeds of these things as we start to do this more. So I'll take some, but I don't want to be rude and I do want to answer some. Can you move a federal government pension?
You, if they have a buyout option. So
Dope.
pensions, TSPs, those sort of things, if they have a buyout option, then you
Yep.
can roll that over. Yep.
Hell yeah. Cool. Let's see. Carriers. Do you want to cover carriers? So here's the thing. I'm going to cover something first. If you work somewhere else and you still want us to help you do them and you have the carriers, you don't, this isn't like a ploy to get you contracted here. Like you can stay there.
Yeah.
Keep your contract there and the whole thing still works. If you're like, I don't have contracts, I'm not with insurance, I'm not with carriers that do them, and my company doesn't have them or do them or offer them, and you need help, certainly we can help you for that product. Get a contract. It's super easy. But if you work, and I think John, if that's who I think it is, he does work somewhere else, and we don't. Amen. Keep working there. As
Yeah.
y'all know, I help people at all kinds of companies as it is. So this is like you can keep your contract there. If you need help with a contract, cool. But do you want to share who you use, or do you save that for the boot camp, or
Yeah,
you
I
pick?
mean, and this is like you can go back and forth. Yeah, I've seen a lot of things on all the different annuity companies, but I've got a pretty good sized book of business, and I've got a pretty good history with two companies that I prefer to use, and that's going to be F&G and Athene. You know,
Okay.
there's other companies
Yep.
out there. Everyone's got their bells and whistles. I personally think that Athene for a new agent, there's no easier illustration to explain, and there's no easier products to explain.
Yeah.
I like F&G because they are a great company, great customer service, and great products as well too.
Yeah. We actually met at Athene.
Yeah, we did. That was funny.
Wow.
That was. I'll say that real quick. So, long story short, but I had reached out to John because anybody that sold an annuity sold more than me early on, right? And so I was just reaching out to anybody that did. Talked to him on the phone a couple times. No, I listened to a call he was on because we did calls back then. And then I was on a trip to Athene, and somebody in the front of the bus said, "Hey, Wetmore, blah 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 blah, whatever it was," and then you had answered, and I'm like, "That's the dude." And I turned around, and it wasn't what I expected. I don't know why I thought you were going to be a lot older, and you're just a young dude in a t-shirt. And I go, "You're John Wetmore?" And you go, "What up, dude?" And that was it. That's like the first time we talked. I'm like, "Oh my god."
Still the intro.
Yeah.
I still do it.
Yeah.
Love it. Let's see if there's anything else in here. I have a case. Randy has a case. I told them to submit. Oh, I did last night. Amanda, can you confirm you have? Oh, I think that's the text I see going back and forth. This they're ahead of the game. I don't even know why I'm asking. I'm
I saw a
assuming.
question there in regard to checking or savings, and yeah, absolutely, you can move from checking or savings. And the benefit to that is any money that's in a savings account, like you come across people with large amounts of their savings, that money is losing value every year due to inflation because it's not gaining any interest. So it is good to leave some of it in there so you have access to it, and then move some to an annuity where you can actually outpace inflation and increase the value of that dollar. Where if it's just in a savings account, you're out inflation is eating away at that value every year.
Cool. Dig it. So Randy wanted to know if you can meet again. We can adjust it, but he has a meeting at Thursday at 7 Central, where someone wants some help. If
7
someone
p.m. or a.m.
PM Central
Yeah, I could do
wants
that.
some help, I told him to fill out the form. If Amanda, I'm not down the bottom yet, but I did start to ask if y'all can just confirm you got his info. He said he filled it out last night. Let's see. Free game. That is free game right there. Let me ask you this. I want y'all to, I want to see if we can get more ones for Gavin teaching this. If this has been helpful to you, leave a little one in the chat for Gavin. Teach him how we do it now. If this has been beneficial, if you've learned something, if you're excited about maybe feeling like you can now sell some annuities, uncover them, and this is something you feel like you can do. Show him some love there while I look for more questions.
I saw Nate ask if suitability is a pain in the ass, and it's not at all. I mean, it's
Yeah.
so simple. Once you know the guidelines, and I'll get into suitability another time. I've never had one decline for
Yeah.
suitability. So
Yeah. Our Letty said, is it a product for retirement age only, or if a young person has a previous 401k from a job, can they get it too?
they can, yeah, we do dorm. That's called it. If someone has a 401k from a previous company, we call that a dormant 401k because it's just sitting out there. Yeah, we can
Hmm.
actually help with that as well too.
Cool. Someone asked $8,200 commission. What was the annuity amount? What's the average annuity amount, you think?
I don't know what the average annuity amount was, but the average starting commission, depending on it's you get about 6%,
Yeah,
right
there you
around
go.
there on your
I
first
think that's
ones.
what they
And
were trying to reverse engineer. Is
yeah,
like,
yeah,
what
you
do
get
I,
about
how
six.
does this work?
Yeah,
Yeah.
anywhere from I've heard lower. It depends on your IMO where you're coming from. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, we don't dictate that. It's whatever the
yeah,
carrier has for you. Everybody could be different on
yeah.
commissions, but what do you
But
just a
I'll tell you,
ballpark?
here's
So that
the
would make. I mean, you
here's
can just divide one by the other. So probably a couple $100,000, something like that
yeah.
is probably what it was.
Here's the interesting part about that too, though, is we did a poll and the average commission was 8,200, but the average time to do it was 35 minutes. So who here would put in 35 minutes on the
Yeah,
average
that's
to get a
big,
check
dude.
for 8,200 that you get to keep?
Yeah. Hell, there. I know some people putting in more than 35 minutes to spend the entire day with the person that gets a $612 Social Security check every month,
100%.
and then at the end of the application, they find out they only got the card and they don't qualify for the carrier anymore because they can't use the card, and then they just wasted an hour and
Uh,
47 minutes on a $32 app. I feel that pain, bro.
there's perspective right there.
Yeah, Joan, we will be recording all of the boot camp stuff. My team will probably make something cool, like a place to where they store them all. I'm sure we're definitely recording every. I record literally everything I do, which is why we have so much content. Small testimony. I just read that one. Let's see. I got you in licensing. Are there any annuity leads? Someone asked.
There are, but I would stay away from them, especially in the beginning. And because if you look at an annuity lead, you have somebody that's actually putting their information in, searching for an annuity. That person's going to be a little bit more savvy. So somebody and they're shoppers too. Your best annuity lead is the clients that you're talking to every day.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we've tried. We've spent a lot of money trying to, and I see people push annuity leads, and some people say they're the greatest thing ever. They're very pricey even if you get the crappy ones.
3 to 500
Um,
each.
yeah, and we've tried all kinds of stuff, and by far, no question, it's not even remotely close. The most bang for your buck is going to be getting it from current client base. There's so
Mhm.
much. People have so much money, and you go, people don't have money. No, no. If you start asking, they got money. You'd be shocked. Some of the annuities I've written, trailer homes, I mean, it's insane, dude. That people save up for retirement, and maybe they don't have a bunch of money in their checking account to go, to Louis Vuitton and buy some stuff. But people do pay attention to their retirement,
It's
and
also one of the best referral products out there
yeah,
because once you get into a group, because you retirees, you know who they hang out with? Retirees.
the retirees, yeah,
You're
buddy,
not gonna see them down at the basketball court saying, "I got next." They're playing bingo, they're having breakfast, they're having lunch, they're playing golf with people just like them. So it's a great referral product.
yeah, love it. If you were cold calling, how would you approach that call regarding your annuity? Uh, I don't know. Do you have advice on cold calling on annuities? I don't really.
I
I mean,
wouldn't
you
cold
said maybe
call.
she means cold calling like calling family. Call on something. Maybe it's not like an insurance lead. Maybe I don't know. I'm gonna assume that that
If
would make
it's
sense.
family, I would just do that. Old leads. Is that the same person?
Yeah,
Talking about old leads,
yeah, yeah.
I would just reach back to them and just say that introduce yourself, saying, hey, one thing we didn't talk about was one of our product lines is safe retirement products, and I know this, we talked about life insurance, whatever it might have been before, but I was just curious if you had 10 to 15 minutes to learn how to protect any retirement that you might have against market loss and high fees. We can eliminate the fees and all the volatility out of your retirement. I mean, just I haven't done that, but you can just word it similar to that.
Yeah, I love it, dude. Yeah, I think that hopefully you guys find this stuff extremely helpful. There's people gonna ask questions on this, and I ain't mad at it, dude. That's why we decided to do the boot camp. We're really gonna focus on this year and building it. And we want to be a resource. Certainly, are we gonna slip up and find some business from people needing help writing them? Yeah, like we're not blind to that. We get that, but at its core, I see this thing as being to help hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that are in the
Yeah,
industry
for
staying
sure.
more profitable, and for me being a conduit to helping as many people as possible. Like, see the upside of this. This business blessed both John and I,
Yeah, for sure.
in a lot of ways, and I want more people to live that. Karen KGVP, I see you. She'll get that because we were texting, DMing last night. Yeah, I mean, I wish more people could experience what the consistency of this thing does, and adding the little details to your world. So if you guys, I will answer your question. I'll have him answer it. And we'll kind of wrap up here in a minute, because I want y'all to be able to go out there and sell. What you really need to focus on the next couple weeks is, can you identify opportunities? I've said it earlier. This business and sales is all about prospecting. And the beautiful thing about this is it's a product that we know helps people, and there's such a demand for it now. These products are blowing up. There's more of them being sold than ever before. The more that the public gets made aware that they're how they work and how it benefits them, and it's becoming just kind of the norm. So right now, if you guys can just focus on the one thing I'll tell you, Tab, I'm calling you out, bro. We can teach people how to ask that question. But sadly, some of y'all are going to run appointments later today and not ask it. And it's like, if you want to see this result, you're going to have to change a little piece of what you're doing. And it's very easy setup. If you let people know, hey, do you mind if I ask you some questions about your financial situation so I can best see how we can help you with this insurance? That opens the gate for the question he told you to ask next.
Yeah.
And so we typed it in here. Maybe we'll email it out as well. Maybe we'll create because someone on my team, how about we create some like dope graphic, something that they can print out and keep with them, like make something cool. And I like to make cool things. Now they make it all with like graffiti print, because I'm from the hood and like graffiti. So a lot of our
Hey,
stuff.
John.
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I just saw somebody put in there. They have somebody, a retired FAA air controller that has 755,000 in a TSP.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we can help him because he's
Yeah.
retired, separated from service, and put your information online, and we can get back to you and help him out.
Yeah. That was worth cutting me off, bro. I ain't
That
mad
was
at
worth
that.
getting you. Hey,
Man, I don't.
I saw
Sometimes I just
755K, and
ramble.
I'm like, I'll cut John off right now because
100%. What's the
I need to
biggest
address that
one you've
one.
ever moved?
Me,
Yeah.
I did 1.6.
1.6
Yeah,
on
we
one
moved to 1.
transaction.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
dope.
yeah.
Yeah. So we'll put
I
some
had an
stuff together.
agent. I did have an agent. His first one was 1 million. His first one was a straight $1
Yeah.
million.
Yeah.
You know,
We've
his
seen that
very
a
first
lot,
one.
dude, I mean,
Yeah.
again, here's what I want y'all to remember. This process that we're giving you is not new. This works.
Yeah.
It's just new to this platform where we're sharing it with y'all. This works inside our agencies today. We've been doing this. This is just the first time him and I decided to intentionally partner on it to help more people out there in the world. This is not a new process. We got this down. So if you follow this, you 100% will see success with this thing.
Hey, just real quick. I'm sorry. I had somebody else just type one in there.
I see
Their
it.
dad
Yeah, I
retired from
see it.
American Airlines. Here's the great part about that, Jennifer, is that's a great way to compare what we have to what he currently has.
Yeah.
Because with annuity replacements, they're pretty regulated, and we can only move it if we put them in a vastly better position.
Yeah.
Does this give you an understanding of what it is, the products that we can offer? And I think that if it was with a company held annuity, I think we can do a lot better than where he's at now.
Yeah. Yeah. There are a lot of, like you said, there's a lot of rules. Like you can't just you can't be like a scumbag and put someone in something. The insurance companies don't want all the money.
Yeah.
They want the right money,
Yep.
so they're very particular about who they take.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know how well this thing works, and I can't wait to see, what develops out of this. I'm excited on my mind. Again, if y'all haven't yet registered for the boot camp, johnwetmore.com/annuity. If you have a deal you want to submit, same website, just a different button. Fill out your information. It comes right to me and my team and John, and we'll schedule some calls. I think it was Randy, if I remember the name right, that has one on Thursday. We'll reach out in a little bit. And then any y'all that message here, if you have a deal you want us to work on, we'll certainly work on it, and we're gonna roll out this annuity thing, the boot camp, and really hone in on some more details. We'll start sharing some stories of others that are having success. But I challenge you right now, over the next couple of weeks, go out there and start asking. Don't be shy. Ask the question. Don't be afraid to. Again, even you might make a mistake wording it. It's okay. We'll send you the question again. You'll see. You will learn this stuff. It's really,
Yeah.
quite frankly, elementary. So I can't wait to see what.
It'd be cool to have some people come back on and explain their
Oh, we're
What?
definitely doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the best
100%.
part about it is they can't stop
Yeah.
laughing because they're like,
I have
yeah,
the I want to know this. Which one of y'all is so confident? I want to know, just type like me, ME. If it's you, if you, someone's like so confident that this is going to change your financial situation that you know you're going to be able to get back on and start sharing a success story with the rest of the team. Like how many of y'all actually excited about doing this? We got
that's
a
awesome.
ME with 27 E's after it from
Yeah.
Karen. I ain't mad at that. I love that. You know what I mean? It's like that's the first step in this is belief, dude.
Hmm.
That
It
you can
is.
too. Like, why not you? Like, why not?
Yep.
Why can't you be the annuity champ wherever you work one day? Like, why not?
Yeah. Dude,
I
if they
just,
really knew if they knew my real situation when I started,
you
it's
should
a
tell
big
them about the
difference.
shoes, bro.
Yeah, I had holes in my shoes. I was selling my plasma to feed my kids. Life's good now. You
And
know,
that's not a funny joke, huh?
it's kind of funny,
It is
but it's
funny, but
true. It's
but I
funny
think it was
now.
real. It is funny
It
now, but I
yeah.
think they're like, is he serious? No, no, no.
It
He's
wasn't when I
like
was sitting
dead
there for three
ass.
hours and they sucked the blood out of me, spun it out, and put the other parts back in, and gave me
Yeah,
$85 to feed my kids for the weekend.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%,
So started writing annuities
100%.
and life changed real quick.
Yeah. Is there anything else? My team, y'all need me to, am I supposed to share anything else? Please do. I don't know what else. You know what? I got a question. And this is for anyone here. Um, I have this podcast that I do, and a lot of y'all follow it and comment on it, but I need some cool people on. Like, who the hell should I have on? Like, who do y'all want to hear from? Who can you recommend? Are you any good? Can I have you on? Like, maybe you're good. I don't know. I'm just looking for some cool people to have on an interview. And my team's like, hey, who can we get? And I'm like, I don't know. Y'all figure it out. But I got like, 130 people in this thing at different times. I'm like, y'all probably know someone, or maybe you want to be on it. You've done something cool. I don't know. Send me, send me jw@johnwetmore.com. Send an email there if you have someone, or you know someone that would be cool to have on, you want to hear from, or you have a connection or whatever. AJ, that's a good one. I talked to AJ yesterday. I haven't had him on that yet, huh? Interesting. I'm sure I'll reach out to AJ. I know Jay. Yeah, just send me a DM or whatever, or connect. If you can connect me, that'd even be even better. Like, yo, this is Wetmore. This is so and so. That'll help. Y'all all obviously know how to do that, but I'm definitely looking for more people to interview. I wish I could get Ed Milet. If you got the hookup, bro, I'm in. I'll fly to him to have him on. PBD, I pay him, but I don't know that he'd come here and get on. I don't know, man. I'm in. I'm yes. If you can, I'm not saying who do you want. I can get anyone. I'm saying who do you want? Help me get them. I'm not that good yet. No one cares. I'm not that. You know what I mean? I'm like I had 130 people on. If Ed Milet was doing this call, he'd have 13,000 people on. So I'm working on it. I am working on getting out there. But if y'all know anybody that would be willing to get on that you know that you can connect me with, send them to me, DM me, DM them, tell them about the podcast, tell them to connect to me, connect with me directly. I'm not hard to reach. Y'all all know how to find me. And if you actually send me a DM, I'll check it. And I would love to have some cool people on. Anything you want to end with, Gavin? I like this question. Is there any downside to an annuity?
Yeah, that's actually a great question. There's two things the one thing I actually didn't even clarify in the beginning because
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
see it come through as a question. We do fixed index annuities, deferred annuities. We do not do variable annuities. The variable annuities are, they're Series 6, 63, 7, need to be licensed to do those, and
Yeah.
there's no benefits in them at all, really. So we do the fixed index annuities. And then is there any downside to them? They're not meant for everybody. And I tell this in every presentation when I meet with people, they're not meant for everybody. So they're not meant for the people that like to drop their money in and pull it back out because it's meant for a deposit. You have withdrawal limitations on how much you can withdraw, and each product is a little bit different on that. Um, and it's not meant for people that like the excitement of seeing their accounts go up and down every day because there's virtually not going to be any change from the day that it issues until its anniversary date when interest is either applied or it's not. A large percentage of it is not meant for people that like to see the excitement of going up and down. They can track it to see where it's trending, but it's not the amount's not going to fluctuate.
Yeah.
Outside of that, there really isn't any downside unless you like to see the excitement of the market or if you need to take massive withdrawals on an annual basis.
Yeah, love it, dude. Hey, so some of y'all are coming already. My Reese, thank you for reminding me. And John, you're coming to an event at my office next month,
Yes.
February 27th, 28th.
Yeah.
We're having a 2-day workshop at my event. I'm super creative in who I am and blunt, so I called it the Get F and Paid Workshop, because that's my intention. And people are like, "Why'd you name it that?" I'm like, "Well, that's what I'm trying to do." And I thought I was behaving and not cussing. We actually sat in a staff meeting, Gavin, and said, "Should I call it the Get F and Paid Workshop or Get Fucking Paid Workshop?" Like we actually had a full long conversation. Should I say the whole word or say effing?
Brainstorming.
Yeah, it was. I like the important things in life, bro. So if y'all want to come, please register. There's a small fee to get in on an entry level because we're going through some high level stuff. And quite frankly, every time I give away a free event, which I've done a ton of them, 60% of the people bail the day of after I bought them lunch and paid for all the stuff because they didn't put any skin in the game. So it is a small fee to get in. I do have a higher level ticket where we're having a mastermind at my house with some 7-figure guys and girls that are really coming in, and we're gonna you literally come to my house. My wife's gonna cook dinner. My staff's gonna be there. We're gonna spend a few hours at the new house we just finished building, networking and brainstorming and diving deeper with people. If you I really want to win this year. That ticket's cheap as crap too, relative. So if you're interested, get on and register. A lot of people procrastinate. Your clients procrastinate. Y'all procrastinate. I heard this saying once that you sell how you buy. And I'll never forget it. You sell how you buy. You know what I mean? And it's like if you're slow at buying stuff, you're probably
Um,
getting those people that are slow at buying from you. It's really weird. And I'm
yeah.
like, that was one of the coolest things I've ever heard. And as this event gets closer, we are raising the price. I think they said February 1st it's going up, and that's to incentivize you to buy now. And we do only have it's in the room right there. So my office is only so big, so we can only handle so many people. And quite frankly, I only want so many of y'all at my house. So it's not $97 to come to my house. I love you all, but not everyone can come. So we might pick a couple people to do a podcast with while we're here. John's coming. We're going to teach some annuity stuff. We're going to teach sales. We're going to teach agency stuff. We're going to teach systems and automations and staffing and literally everything I've done to build this business. We're gonna continue to teach. And I don't do many events in my office anymore. I usually do them maybe once a quarter. But I've kind of been bored and I'm like, I want to do something cool at the office. So my team's working on it now. It's going to be a very hands-on, it's going to be a workbook. Like there's going to be exercises. We're going to actually like teach this. This is not a feel good hype up. We're going to make you foot. That's not me. Y'all know that. So it's like straight up, you're going to come here workshop style and learn some stuff. And I learned this process from PBD. Someone mentioned that. I went to some of his events and the way he runs it, I'm like, that's bad at. That's how you run an event and you teach some people some stuff. So I took that model and I'm like, I'm going to start doing it that way. There's a link in here. Again, johnwetmore.com/workshop. It looks like if you click on it, register, we'll get you in, get you locked in. And I can't wait to see you out here as well, dude. And maybe we'll have some annuity stories by then, bro. For
Yeah,
sure.
we will for sure. A month from now, a
So
month and a half for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, I
100%.
want to thank you though too, because you guys are so lucky that you have this access to John because we didn't have all the social media, the podcast, the all this stuff. I had John's phone number and I used it a lot because just on a daily basis on how to approach things, he just has such a good approach that's really unusual because he's a very, very sharp guy and he knows how to dumb it down to where somebody like me understands it. And yeah, my business took off through annuities, but I also grew an agency, and a lot of it had to do with me bouncing things off of him because you're not, broke at 40 by making good decisions. So I had to say, okay, if I want to this way, I want to ask somebody else. And a lot of the times that person was John, and like, how would you approach this? And he would give me
Yeah.
an angle that I never thought of. And it's something that it worked out, and you do it enough, and it retrains your brain to start thinking differently. And I definitely had to do that with all the mistakes I made, and it worked out. So I want to thank you for not just having me on today, but what you've contributed to my life over the time too.
My man, I appreciate it, brother. You've been fun to work with, and I'm excited about what this thing is going to bring.
For
Appreciate y'all for
sure.
getting on and spending some time with us. Again, we have the annuity boot camp out there. We'll announce the next event like this. My team will send y'all are all on the list, so you'll get it. Please continue to share our stuff. I appreciate all y'all the giveaway. If you send some of the um, videos to us, we'll get the shirts and stuff out to those of y'all that do it. And thanks for being part of this. We enjoy it. Hope y'all have a killer day. Go out and get you some. Later. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the entire video. I hope you got a ton out of it. And more importantly, I hope you implement some stuff. For those that want to get a deeper dive into learning the business, learning sales, learning how to build, learning just more details about how to get to the next level, and want to dive in further with us, I'm having an event coming up at my office, February 27th, 28th. It's a 2-day event. You can go to the link, click it to register. You can always go to johnwetmore.com/events if you happen to be watching this after it passed, or want to see any of the other stuff we got going on. You can go to the events page always. There are a couple of ticket tiers for people to come in. 2-day entry, basic level package. You get all the stuff, full 2 days of content. You can join there. And then there's another tier, executive level, where we're having a private mastermind at my house after. I'm going to do some networking. There's some high level people, 7-figure people coming to that. So if you want to learn just to another level, feel free to grab the executive ticket. And there's a lot of people coming. I get messages every day for people that want to attend. And some people haven't yet registered, so we are going to raise the prices soon because we can only handle so many people in the office. So if you haven't registered yet, get on. I think February 1st, my team is raising the prices. And then if you use a code YouTube, thank you for watching the whole thing through, you actually get a discount. I believe we did 15% off of the code. So hope it helps. Click the link. We'll see you there.